Cobbler.
Wow, nothing. I thought you
Nothing.
guys would start with something.
Oh, come on, it's been a week.
Can I just say, just right before this happened, they were talking about nipple tassels and piercings in areas that you
He
should
has
have.
no evidence to support this. Now deny everything in court.
We're a good Christian channel. Thank you.
We have no idea what you're talking about. Stop trying to frame us.
This is entrapment. Damn it.
Defamation.
For the record, I'm not Christian. So.
Wow, true.
Welcome back to Shoot for Initiative. Another week of shenanigans. We are on episode 13. We are a
Lucky number 13.
D&D gameplay game show, which means that we take our gameplay very seriously, but we also sometimes don't, because we replace the dice rolls and ability checks with crazy games that we invent. Maybe the day before the shoot. Sometimes maybe it's a year before the shoot.
Or the day of.
Or the day of.
No, it's never happened.
And sometimes it's after the shoot. We're like, damn it.
Should have done it that way.
That is cool. That is cool.
We're on every Sunday night at 6 on Twitch, 6 p.m. Brisbane time. Our
Brisbane, Australia, that is, if you're watching from overseas.
Not
Brisbane, Canada.
or
Wait,
Brisbane,
is Brisbane
Is
Turkey.
it Brisbane, Canada?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Oh,
We are educated.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Far.
Yeah, it's the North American branch.
Hands up who took geography in high school.
It wasn't offered at my high school.
Exactly, me
Sounds
either.
like
I suck at it. I sort of learned a little, but I suck at it. Of all the things that I was okay at, that was not one of them.
No, I legitimately got lost on school grounds once during a compass
I see.
exercise.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I love maps.
Yeah.
I love maps. I suck at geography.
Yeah, no, I can show you my age again. Refidexes, which is a book that used to have maps in it we used before Google Maps.
I have
Actually,
that.
Atlas
I've heard
was
of
fine.
those.
I could memorise where I was going by looking at it. I just go, right, done, and then just drive there.
Yeah, like pioneering geolocation. Yeah, absolutely.
We're playing D&D.
Oh yeah.
Sorry! Sorry,
Dying of
edit
all
that
that.
out. No.
We can now.
Yeah.
No, but last we left off in episode 12, we were going to the town of Etiri to ascertain, is that a word?
Yes.
Ascertain?
Ascertain.
Ascertain.
Well done, Hero.
Oh, thank you.
Still.
English. I used to be an English teacher. To ascertain a
Please don't make
medallion.
a joke.
A medallion that Lord Rainier wanted. In exchange, he will find you a way to enter into the inner realms of the city, which is guarded only for the rich. You guys want to go into the university and find out some information about the tattoo on your arm and other things that are going on. Cults, missing children, and all the things like that. You guys went to the town and found that all the buildings are boarded up and have scratch marks on them. You found that there's a curfew and people can't get out. Curfew? I can't say that word. Curfew. And they can't go out at night. There are scratchy beings that come out at night, and
It's
nobody.
been like 20 years.
It's been 20 years and
Those buildings
nobody.
are dusty.
Exactly, and nobody has seen them. They don't know what they are. They don't really quite know why they're here. There's speculations that it's because of overfishing. You guys went in there to talk to people and to maybe find a way to get it without stealing. And then right while you guys are talking to Mr. Abersworth, which is the kind of mayor of the town, Tal kind of did a bit of sneaky sneak, going yoink in the middle of the day. In the middle
That was
of
a
the hall.
yoink, not a yeet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the yeet comes later.
Yeah.
But as soon as you touched it, something miraculous happened. A little bubble of energy exploded out and became a shield that surrounded the town hall. And this is where we left off. We had a little game that we played, and we determined that Mr. Abersworth did not then know that you guys stole it, and does not question you guys, but only thinks that whatever it is that the medallion does has been activated for some unknown reason. Oh, I've got to check. Please, excuse me. He runs up to the chair and he goes, "It's missing!"
Who could have done this?
Bam, bam, bam.
Daz, get looking.
He goes around. Hey Jesse, have you seen? So, oh God.
Does Tal come back to the group at this point?
Yeah. I just back to the group. I'm standing.
Lock
with
the
group.
doors! He shouts, and you guys are all together.
But
in
it's
the
not
group.
curfew yet.
Lock the doors! This medallion does not leave the building.
What medallion?
We have a certain item on the chair. On the chair
it's,
over there,
it's
and
not on the chair though.
we have
It's gone.
it's missing. It is supposed to be.
Can you describe it in detail so we can help you look for it?
It's a circular little medallion with what looks like veins on the. Please,
What colour is it?
As
a silver. Yes.
as he does that, as this conversation is going
Yeah.
on, Fenthuk's going to step a few feet back, go about.
What?
Oh, shit. It's getting serious.
The man can't wear sunglasses.
It's like a press conference.
he's gonna
I'm
pull
gonna
out
fight tomorrow.
Pull out a piece of copper wire, cast a spell message to Tal, who was just noticed walk back to the group. Have you got the amulet?
Maybe.
You hear just a very faint whisper just beside your ear.
I just kind of slight nod.
They're not going to just go till they find it. I'll take it.
We got to get out of here, mate.
I'm distracting Abby
Can
the
I
whole time
talk
asking
back
this
to you
question.
through that?
Yeah, absolutely you can.
As soon as he finishes with the descriptions that he's given.
Oh no, can
Oh,
you
you
tell
go.
me how big is it? Is the chain, like I'm just keeping him going. I'm very earnestly asking for a description because in my mind I'm like, oh, this is a great chance to find out more about the amulet.
So how much information can I relay over message? It's just a conversation.
Basically, it's just a subtle conversation that no one else can hear.
Okay.
And I'm going to start slowly walking over towards Tal so that I'm standing beside.
Yeah. And I'm just through message say to him, it's probably more up your alley, mate, than mine, but I've got it for us.
Excellent. I'll keep it safe.
And do you want me to slide a hand to pass it off to him?
I'll say no. I think you guys are safe. Mr. Abbott was very, very startled, and everyone else is kind of ravenously looking for it everywhere.
Is it that shiny thing under the seat over there?
Quick, let's get down and start looking.
He goes down with you.
How big is this amulet?
It's about yay big.
Right, so about that big for me. So gonna grab it and then just, and it's gone as a cast wrist pocket, and it is transported to an extra dimensional space.
As soon as that happens, the bubbles kind of shakes a little bit, kind of like shimmers a little bit before disappearing. It's, oh.
Someone must have it. Like maybe someone's picked it up. Can you ask everyone around and see if someone has it?
Of course, Joe, Sally, and like he tells all the
Did you say
Thomas.
celery?
Sally.
You're like, Joe,
No,
celery.
it's celery now.
Because I
It's
want
canon.
to say traders, but I was like, the first thing I think is Joe's. Trader Joe's? No, I can't do that.
Celery trader.
So,
You should start
cabbages!
start asking the town mute.
no, but he goes to all the traders to tell them to empty their pockets. But he's very apologetic about it. He's like, I trust you, but I need to find this, or we're not going to survive the night.
I'll go up to you and like,
Um,
alright, we need to help them find it because the quicker we help them find it, the quicker we can find it.
Agreed.
Okay.
Of course.
All right.
Should we spread out? Do we have any ways we can help find it?
Well, we don't know.
I mean,
I have a very accurate description here of what it
Like
looks
this?
I've
like.
got my eyes and they're pretty good, so you know I might
Alright,
just
should
have a
we
look around.
split up and have a look?
Sure.
Okay.
of course.
Because we didn't see him steal it.
No one did.
Has someone got minor illusions? So you can just do that on the chair.
It only lasts for so long anyway.
Yeah.
Well, then we could.
I
Escape.
spare the dying if we want to kill somebody. That's about it.
Spare the dying saves people.
Oh yeah, true.
I said if you
Talk dead.
Yeah.
if you help
Very
them
good
look
respect.
or pretend look, whoever you are.
I'm looking.
If you're looking, I say after about 15 minutes, Mr. Abersworth kind of falls down on his knees and he kind of ends up crying and gives up. He goes,
Look, fella, how about we help you deal with the problem so it doesn't matter?
"You gonna kill the creatures for us?"
That's kind of what I'm suggesting.
Well, not necessarily kill.
Well-
I might be able to negotiate with them, eh?
I'm
That's
so
right.
proud of you.
Well, not killing's messy and
That
Depends
depends.
what
That
goes.
depends what the creatures
some people
are.
deserve it.
I'm just saying, depends what the creatures are. If we're dealing with a horde of the undead or demons from hell, I'd prefer to put them into the dirt.
Well,
Technically, undead's not alive, mate, so I don't have a problem with that.
But also, if it was undead, you would know that because you're so good with undead. You would have been able to tell just from looking at all this.
I mean, you can only tell so much from scratch box. I'm not a cleric or paladin of the high esteem that have been raised in, formal society with your magics and money and all that kind of jazz. I can only do so much with my paltry
I
eyes
trust-
and training.
I trust your judgment implicitly.
That makes one of us.
But Fentwick will look up at Hazel and then the rest of the group. We need to help these people.
It's been a while since we've had a fight.
Well, it's probably been
Oh,
enough
no.
time since we've had a fight.
Hazel and
Yeah.
Fenwick had one this morning.
We don't need to fight, but we need to help these people. However we do it.
Are you sure? I know you're very eager to go to the library and we need to get you sorted. Are you sure you have time for this?
No, but it's the right thing to do.
So Mr.
Hazel's really happy.
Mr.
Which is a good
Abersworth is going to start gathering the townsfolk from the river who are working and getting all the kind of the intake that they had for the day, and they're moving it into little wagons. I think we'll move to the city for the night.
Before you go,
Yes.
there's like a whole heap of people that are involved in this town right here. Okay, quick question. Does anybody here have any information into exactly what us four will be dealing with? Because 20 years
There's
of you...
5 of us.
I forgot to count myself. 5 of us will be dealing with as you've been here for 20 years, and any
Remember.
information would help.
Remember, he took the pretty potion, not the smart potion.
That is true.
The kid with the previously yellow chicken, I believe his name was
Jess.
Jared.
Jared.
Jared
Lemmy.
Lemmy.
Jared Lemmy.
Well done.
I remember things.
He was like, "Well, I heard they scratch your eyes out and eat your brains."
The zombies. What are zombies?
Okay, does anybody have any physical identifications of what they look like? A color, a smell, something, anything.
A lady kind of who is kind of moving baskets around with one in her hand. He goes, "Yes, I believe I believe they have long fangs and winged fingers that allows them to swim real quick.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like frogs, but vampire frogs.
Or
Vampire frogs.
Yeah."
anyone else?
I'm trying to figure out if this lady's on the sauce.
She seems sober enough, but a lot of people seem to have a lot of theories about what's out there.
Okay. So, I don't think we're going to get any helpful information from these people. Get them the hell out of here.
Is any of the information giving me ringing any bells from my studies, from my training? Nothing? Not a zilch. Okay, I think we've discovered a new species. This is going to be very exciting.
A new species, you reckon?
New for us.
That's
I'll
fair.
say you have 5 hours till sundown in which you guys can all prepare for the attack, or you can investigate further into what the creatures may be. From all the evidence, they seem to come from the water.
Right.
Well, I guess I head down towards the water.
Um,
Before the people leave, let me know. the town.
Okay, they're all packing up. They're about to
I'm like
leave.
furiously, as that's all happening, like Hazel's furiously scribbling out a letter, and she goes up to Mr. Abersworth and she hands him a gold and a letter and says, next time you send anything to Clearwater to Tara, can you please get this to Clearwater to Fabian Hawkins?
Oh, of course.
And here's a gold to cover shipping.
Oh, wow. It's very generous of you. Thank you for helping our town.
Of
And if
course.
you do find that amulet, it is a family heirloom.
I will certainly do my best to keep an eye out and find it.
Thank you. You are all too kind. How do I thank you? There must be something I can do.
You go to the Champions Guild, right? And after we have successfully done this, you talk to Rabbit. For the love of God, do not talk to anyone else but Rabbit. And you tell them that Penance and his crew have taken care of the issue.
Of course. I will always give credit where credit is due. If you guys do a good work, of course.
Give me 2 seconds. Do we have a name?
We still haven't come up with a name.
Penance and his crew took care of the issue.
That's so much better than Penance and the boys.
Oh, so close.
I love that. That would be amazing.
Oh, of course.
I'm Marky Mark and y'all the Funky Bunch.
With those Sundays, yes.
He goes off and he goes, good luck. And if you could prevent any further damage to the building, that would be most desirable.
We'll do what we can.
I feel as long as we're not near the building, they're not going near that building, so we'll just go to a different building.
Please be careful. The amulet has given us certain protections over the years that are not natural. And,
Like star signs, sort of thing.
well, it just
Are we
seems
talking
too
ritualistic, or are we talking actual magic?
well, kind of magical, I suppose. Let's just say it gives something, but it also takes something away. You need to be very careful if you find it. Do not touch it. Just leave it where it is and we'll come and get it.
Okay. We will search high and low. We'll see what
What
happens.
happens if you touch it?
Well, I've never touched it.
Okay. Has anyone ever touched it?
Well, my family have held it for years. I'm sure my daddy would have touched it at some point.
How old are you?
I'm about 30, 32. I can't
Okay.
remember really. I was born in the winter some years ago. We don't really have paperwork here.
Okay.
This is my 30th birthday.
Today?
No, not today. Just this
Okay.
year.
Okay.
One more question before you leave.
Yes.
Do you know where they're coming from? They come out of the water. Can you narrow it down for me?
Well, most of the tracks come up from where we do most of our fishing, nearby the bridge.
Can you show me that before you leave?
Oh, sure, of course.
Penance would be great at following those tracks for us as well.
I can do that.
So
Yeah.
he kind of takes you down as you slowly go down like a downward slope, and it's really muddy and slippery.
Mhm.
And as you go down past all these cabins, you see kind of from a gloomer kind of area where it's overshadowed by the city wall and all these crappy looking cabins. You see kind of a bright light, metals across the other side of the river, and it's beautiful and bright. And there are kind of beautiful purple flowers that are kind of go up in a spiral.
Hmm.
The leaves are like spirally.
That's pretty.
That are next. That kind of borders the river. Some parts of it are just normal reeds, and some of them are the purple flowers.
What are those flowers? What do they do?
Those they don't do much. They smell nice and they're a bit stinging. I wouldn't touch them, but
Hazel was literally about to pick them up and she's like, good to know.
well, it's not harmful. It's just not comfortable.
I pick one up and smell it.
So I had a name for these.
Ooh. I'm scared you had a name for them.
I know, right?
Challenge rating.
And an associated saving throw.
Damn, it's a named creature. That's so
Hazel's a
nice.
curious person. She needs to
Is-
find out what stuff does.
The Anon nettle.
The Anon nettle?
Anon
Anon.
Anon.
Spell it for me.
AENON.
Anon.
Perfect.
Anon. nettle.
Isn't that one of the gods? No.
No.
You know, they-
So he describes the injury, the stinging injury, as your skin kind of dries up and it cracks, but nothing a bit of lard won't fix.
I'm like holding a flower and smelling it. Does it smell okay at least?
Yeah, it smells very nice. It smells kind of like lavender and sugar.
So, what you're saying is this will dry out other things.
I suppose so. Yes.
Do you want me to get a handful of it? I've already fucked up my hand. Messed it up.
Oh!
I'm trying out this.
I'm so
swearing
proud of
thing.
you.
I'm trying it out. I'm not quite. It doesn't quite feel right.
Language.
I'm just thinking it might be useful.
Alright, do I have like
Well,
a bag or a
swearing's
pouch?
always
I just grab a
useful,
handful
mate.
and shove it in?
Sure.
Just grab like a pouch and I just grab a handful. Ow,
Are you-
ow, ow, ow.
Are you grabbing it from the top or are you just getting it from the stem?
I'm gonna get
carefully?
underneath the stems. Actually, no, I'll get
Are
it
these in the water?
carefully.
No, they're bordering the
Just
river.
Alright,
Out of the water.
Be careful not to go into the water. We don't want to make waves.
Is that why you brought sunglasses?
Yes.
New shirt. New shirt idea. New merch idea.
I quit.
I pushed Penance into the river.
No, I grabbed just a handful of
Yeah,
it.
go
Roll
ahead.
46. I assist.
Penance is now in the river.
It says, now in the river.
Can I make a saving throw?
Sure. Deck save.
Deck save? Ooh, okay.
Oh, don't get him wet.
While they're doing this, I'll just say to the old fellow, thank you for your assistance. And don't mind.
Natural
this lot.
20.
No, of course.
Which gives me a
If there's anything
24.
else I can help.
It touched your thing, it's cocked.
Is there anything
It's
else we
not
need to
that
know?
flat.
Sorry.
Is there anything else we need to know?
I'm afraid there's not much I can tell you. We really don't. They don't bother us that much. With the amulet, we never really had to worry about them.
Right.
Just the curfew.
But they did
Okay.
start appearing when you had the amulet. And you never thought there might be a correlation.
Do you know where you got the amulet?
Well, with the amulet, well, my dad had it. He
Do
got
you
it
know?
from his dad, I suppose.
I
My
thought you only
granddad
had
was a
it-
traveler.
I thought you'd only had it 20 years.
Well,
You
yeah,
personally had it for
I personally had it for 20 years, but
How long has it been in the village?
in the village 20 years. We weren't always from Atiri. I was actually from Terra.
Growing up as a small child when your father had the amulet, did you ever experience anything with the scratchy people?
Well, no, not particularly.
What are you guys always in transit and always moving about?
Did you ever live near
We did move
Yeah,
around
we
a
knew
bit.
water.
My dad was a relic hunter. Well, sometimes we were near water, but not always. We moved around a lot.
But this is the first time your family has stopped in one place for a while.
I suppose so. That's right. I did. I'm not much of an adventurer, I'm afraid. I got shot in the knee.
With narrow.
Alright,
I was like, I just need to add to my list.
make your way to town, we'll look after it.
And please make sure that letter gets to Tara. That would be.
Oh, of course.
Thank you.
I will get this to Haven.
I've written out the
Yeah.
letter. I will send it to you later.
All right, Terra. Yes, of course.
Yes,
To-
Tara,
Tara.
please.
Clearwater.
Clearwater. Yes,
Of course.
Fabian Hawkins.
Fabian Hawkins.
It's on the envelope. The name,
Oh,
the
yes.
address.
Can you read?
I'll get it straight there. Of course I can, young man.
That's one of us.
Penance, you can't just ask people if they read.
So he leaves and he's like guiding all the citizens out of town. They have wagons full of fish. And what is the most personal effects that you can see?
Can I purchase one of these buildings before you go?
Purchase. Well, I'm afraid then they might not be for sale, but you can talk to the owners of the building.
I'm gonna go to a nearby family and everything. Excuse me. This has been my lifelong dream to own property. Could I purchase one of the building that used to be yours? We will most likely die in this endeavor, and it will take many years for the army and the Champions Guild to come reclaim your homes without this medallion that was terribly and tragically lost on this day, that will be mourned for many years. Would I be able to purchase the deed?
Well,
It is unlikely these places will go up in value or be habitable anytime soon.
Your house is a shithole, can I have it?
so she's very overwhelmed by your questions. I suppose you could.
You will need gold without being able to come back and fish. I can give you everything I have.
Well, I suppose if you fix the problem, I would build a new home.
Exactly.
Not one that is as Delric as this.
How much would you like?
Let's say 10 gold.
Done.
You don't even try to persuade her?
Nope. I'm about to get rich. I'm getting the mortgage industry, boys.
She looks at the 10 gold they've given her. You can see there's the most money she's held in her lifetime. Goes, wow, I thought you were joking.
Of course not. Which home? Which home? I'm here to help however I can.
Oh, it's the one by the flowers, and it's like the one closest to the river,
Perfect.
next to the bridge.
Riverside property.
With the most scratches.
It's just a lean-to hut.
Penance just walks up to him and goes, Casa de la Penance on the door. Do you want some ink?
It's not what I write on it.
You see her kind of talking to her husband. He seems angry at first, and then he looks at the gold and he goes, and then they're like talking about going to the
Did
city
you get
and
a
like
receipt for that?
doing other stuff.
The deal.
Tell Aberworth, please.
They're like kind of waving, like, they're like looking at the gold and they're planning the trip in the city.
I could use a cup of tea.
Why don't we do an investigation of the water?
I hand you water and say you can make this taste like tea.
We can roll.
Oh, that's true. So I'm
19 plus 1, 20.
19 plus 1. I would say that you find that all the reeds have been stomped on and destroyed from many days of kind of it happening, except for the nettle. The nettle is perfectly fine. It seems untouched.
Please tell me this is a Scooby-Doo thing where we find out that the like watermen were like Aberystwyth or...
It was you all! Mr. Aberystwyth!
and I got away with the two of you meddling kids.
And your stinking cat you.
Then it would have been great because I wrote down kill next to him the second he said he got shot in the knee.
Stop killing people.
You also find that in the water, it's kind of a really... It's a deep river, but you can see kind of green slimy stones underneath. It's filled with fish. There are traps. A lot of the traps are broken and stepped on, as you can see, but nothing out of the ordinary. The nettle really is the most kind of thing that stands out to you.
So the nettle, so where they're walking, like they're stepping over the nettle sort of thing.
Yeah, they're like avoiding the nettle and stepping on the reeds or walking around the nettle.
Okay.
Cool.
Does anybody here know how to make a net?
No.
Or weave a
So it's
basket?
the nettle they don't like.
They don't like the nettle.
Well, if they're water people, this dried out my hand. Like my hand's very itchy and dry and sore. So that would make sense. If it dries them out, they don't want to touch it.
Should we grind up the flowers?
I was just going to suggest throwing them at them.
All that too.
Grinding them up and putting them on our weapons is much smarter than making a net.
All that too. Yeah.
You're just like sticking to your sword like these nettles.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I was gonna make like baskets and like make a shield and like yeah.
No, can we flower power these monsters?
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing.
The power of love. Yeah.
I'm going to, before they leave, I'm going to see if I can purchase a couple of small things. Primarily, I would like to get some empty flasks and something explosive potentially. Failing that, a flask of oil, like a couple of flasks of oil.
You know these fishermen are doing some of that dynamite fishing.
Oh, maybe.
Well,
You know them
so
fishermen, they're doing that dynamite
They're
fishing.
using percussive
I'm going to
bait.
ask about something explosive first. If they don't have anything like that, I'm going to ask about something like a flask of oil.
I think you go to multiple families, and they kind of rummage around, or they talk to you, say no, we don't, and apparently, eventually one family does have oil. They're like, oh, we have fish oil. What's that?
What about one of the merchants, the traders that are in town?
The traders have mostly left.
Okay.
I would say that
Like cooking oil?
Yeah, there's cooking oil. There's probably kind of a peanut oil that they have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. I'll grab a few things of that, a few containers of whatever oil I can get my hands on.
Fish oil? You want
Sure.
Fish oil? Yeah. So I'll say you
Fish
get
oil, flammable.
2 fish oil flasks
Mm.
and 1 flask of nut oil. You don't know what nut it is, it's just a nut.
Well, actually, that's a good point. Specifically looking for flammable oil, so something that you might put in an oil lamp.
Oh, okay. So they do have whale lard, which is not oil, but it's like a solid thing right
That'll
there.
do.
Can I steal some of that just to put on my hand? Because my hand is very itchy and sore.
Of course.
So these guys give you like
whale.
a parchment of like a
Mhm.
big block of whale lard.
Sounds good. How much do you offer it?
They probably give it to you for free for helping the town.
Even better.
Does anybody here have any
So-
divining tools?
Like incense or
No, either gem inlaid sticks, dragon bones, or any kind of bones, cards, anything kind of religious and.
you see one of the people going, oh, I don't know about dragon bones, but there's a dragon born. You can ask him.
Take some of
He's
his
in the
books.
Champions
That
Guild.
feels good.
Jojo walks up.
Wait, no, I go up to. There's a dragonborn here from the Champions Guild.
Yeah.
What's
He's a
their
friend
name?
of ours. He comes down regularly.
What's
and buys
his
fish.
name?
I think it's John or something.
Is he here?
Please
No.
please tell me his name.
Well, he comes every Sunday.
Is
today
today Sunday?
Not today's Tuesday.
Oh, thank goodness.
Okay, good to know.
I put my crossbow back.
John's not going to have what I need. Good, sorry.
So here's what I'm planning. I'm going to start by having a short rest, sitting and
Ditto.
having a cup of tea, using my arcane recovery, and then I'm going to start grinding the nettle into a fine powder.
Mm.
What sort of reaction did the whale blubber have to the nettle on her hand? What did it do? Anything?
It kind of just
Soothes it.
it soothes it, but it doesn't go away. It's still cracked. It's kind of like lotion to a cut.
Mm,
It's nice, but it doesn't help straight away.
Gets the whole.
okay. Okay.
It's like Daisy's heels.
So, over the course of the afternoon, I'm going to ritually cast alarm, using silver wire to cast alarm around that area of where they come up onto the thing, so that we've at least got some sort of forewarning. And I'm going to try and make a couple of essentially nettle bombs. I'm going to try a couple with the whale blubber, and I've got a bag of sand, so I'll maybe mix it some with that and see if I can just get like a spray splatter effect.
Can I assist with this? Because I would have read up on like guerrilla warfare and like different weapons that different tribes and groups
Yeah,
have made.
you can assist with that.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, what would you guys like to do? I'll say also with the investigation, you notice that the area that you are in, with the cabins wide apart and a large area for working with fish and working with materials, that is very open. The only closed-in space that is strong enough to hold anything or to hold like a single file attack line would be the cabin, like the town hall. That as well.
So the area where they work the fish is a big open area.
Yeah, it's a
There's
big
buildings
open area.
around it.
Around it, but it's like very sparse apart. There's only like 5 buildings in the whole village.
Okay.
Mm.
You only notice 3 families that has been there. It's Mr. Abbotsworth and 3 other families.
That's a tiny town.
Yeah, so I guess we open combat or we try and get them closer to the buildings. Which probably don't want to hurt the buildings.
I
Well,
feel
Penance
like
just bought one, so he doesn't want to fight in the buildings.
I was at the one that's on fire.
wait. Don't.
We can invite them in. We'd be like, hey, come party! And then we light the building on fire.
What's the question? Are they sentient beings that we can have a conversation with, or are they sort of more bitey, scratchy things?
Well, judging by the scratches, they're definitely scratchy.
Actually, that's a really good question. If we were to grind up this powder, and if we were able to find, I'm assuming they have timber cutting tools here available. If we were to get enough sawdust and put it in a barrel, put in the nettle with that, and then you light that, you get a sawdust boom,
But how flammable is
But
the nettle? And is
You
it
also
going to-
need the explosive.
which I feel as if. Yeah, you're right, that would be difficult. If we could do it and lure them into a building and blow the whole lot sky high, that'd be great. If not, then powder on weapons for Nettlebane.
But what about reasoning with them and finding out what they're wanting?
Yeah, let's talk to the demons.
Oh,
Yeah, let's be like, hey,
we shouldn't profile people.
stop it.
What about spreading it, if we have to go to that extreme, spreading it on the floor so that they have to walk on it?
Yes?
Do they have shoes?
I don't
Probably
know.
not. You don't need shoes and water.
No, well,
That would be
they-
very uncomfortable.
Their footprints don't show shoes.
Okay,
eh?
that's fine. I was just saying. It's all in.
Webbed feet.
They show webbed feet.
Hmm.
But I do like the idea of a powder because then we could just throw it at them as well, like sort of like pocket sand, but it's pocket metal.
Yeah, I mean we could take the flowers and kind of like
Lay
make
them
a
out.
corridor sort of thing, so they walk
Ooh, yes.
naturally walk in a corridor.
Does that mean I have to pick more of those things?
Yeah.
Just look at my hands that are like dry and bleeding and
We
cracked.
could grab
Well,
gloves.
I mean,
Gloves.
Oh,
I mean-
that would be smart. Do we have gloves?
as you're talking about that,
Oh, mage.
Mage hand.
yeah,
Yeah.
Fenthwick throws out his spectrally mage hand.
Smart.
Yeah. Well, I'll start preparing. I'll find some gloves because I'd imagine they'd have gloves
Yeah.
for their fishing work.
Gloves.
And then I'll start picking things and start laying them out
Outside.
on the ground
Mm.
to make some sort of
The
walk.
ground, kind of in the main road to the other houses.
Yeah.
Yeah, just towards like an area where we can fight.
Wait, what if we also, so if we don't need to funnel them anywhere. If we just set up a 30-foot area of this flower, if we just throw them all in a 30-foot area, and we stand in the middle, they have to come to us. We're in the middle of a 30-foot surrounding.
But what if they don't? They just sort of circle us, and then it's just sort of a siege situation. We just
Well-
die of starvation.
I use a bow.
Overnight.
That's true.
I have a crossbow bow, so that isn't a problem for me. Plus, you can simply walk to the edge of
You
the
and I
30-foot
both.
edge and hit them.
You and I both could do things from range as well.
That's true. Okay, I don't
So
mind that.
then we don't need to work on funneling or anything. We just make our arena their worst terrain.
But also, how do we find the amulet?
Oh, you mean that thing?
Tal.
What?
As soon as you do that,
Oh no!
a big bubble.
Turn it off! We also have that.
What? You assuming it was me? What? Why would you assume that?
None of us are talented
Did you
enough.
see me do it?
I'm so sorry. I should not have.
I
I should
think
not
you-
have jumped
I'm
Spell it last for
offended.
an hour, so
I
over
thought
course of
you
the
were such
afternoon,
a
I'll
nice
continue to
girl.
ritually
I'm so
casting it.
Okay.
Fenwick, how did you get it?
Fenwick, you stole the amulet. I thought I blamed Tal. I'm so sorry, Tal. I should not have blamed you. Fenwick, did you steal it?
You're trying to blame me for it.
No, I did it.
It makes more sense.
Come on, you wanted it. You were all distracted. I thought it was a perfect opportunity. No one saw me do it. They don't know it was us.
And it seems like they stole it in
And
the
you-
first
if
place,
you're
so
gonna leave
technically it's
something-
neutral.
If you're going to leave something valuable lying around, you better secure it a bit. Some dodgy fucker might come along and take it.
It was in a room full
I
of
was just
people.
picking it up and going to tell him to put it away.
All right, we've got it now. I like the idea of the flower circle.
Mhm.
I think for planned flower power should go ahead.
What about doing that, but with the powder on the ground?
Ooh. Well, does
Because
the,
that'll spread powder that way.
does the powder have the same effect as the flowers?
I don't know.
If you grind the flowers,
If you grind them into a powder, if I touch it, does it sting the same way? Or is
yes, I'll say yes, it does.
Ow!
If not,
Yes.
like even more, I would say.
I'm not going to swear. Look, I'm trying to get
Your
out of that
pinky looks
habit.
like it's game.
Could, yeah.
Grab one with the well lard.
Should we lure them into a place and then set off the amulet so that they're stuck inside that circle? Because they obviously can't enter the
Then we
sphere.
pick them off like fish in a barrel.
Yeah.
Well, they'd be stuck in there with us, but at least they couldn't get out of
Exactly.
the nettle
We
circle.
close the circle behind them.
Or do it to separate the group if there's a large group of
If
them.
they're larger, yeah.
Yeah, and if everything goes balls up, just like, boop, oh, that's a shame. It's
Well,
too many of them.
It also makes for great negotiating. So say if there's too many and they come into a circle and we put up the field and we take care of the ones in it, the ones on the outside would at the very least run or have an opportunity to talk depending on how long this field lasts.
Mm.
And then we can have a bit of both. We can have a massacre and a conversation.
But if we have powder, we could just close the circle behind them and then they're just trapped in a circle.
But someone would have to be in there for them to go into it.
True. Can anyone teleport?
No.
No! None of us can conveniently teleport and we've kept it to ourselves this entire time. You know when the giant bomb was going off over Thunder Rock would have been a great time to
Well,
tell
nobody
us
has
you could
the,
teleport.
magic door.
I wish Alarg was here. I bet he could.
Alright, sorry.
Actually, I stand corrected. Alana can teleport.
So what are the plans that we're making for the afternoon in preparation?
Powder.
I've got my alarm spell set up so that we've got forewarning.
How long have we got till nightfall?
I'll say about 3 more hours.
Okay.
I said we start grinding.
Yeah?
I've been grinding away, so I'm still going to make 1 or 2 small pouches of the whale fat and the oil, see if I get it to stick to them. Sort of like an alchemist fire type situation.
Okay.
Stick bomb.
And I'll use the tinker's tools and my tinker's proficiency to try and figure that out.
I'll assist if I can. I also have, I think I have a thing where I can just learn skills, so I can just spend 10 minutes and then learn that skill and help as well.
I'm going to cook a nice meal for everyone.
Oh, that's nice.
Thanks, Tal.
Describe the meal.
I don't want to go fight with on an empty stomach, you know.
Is it vegan?
No.
I'm going to take a
It's
short rest
vegetarian.
to wipe away my alluring mutagen, and then immediately afterwards go, oh, that's not good at all. I do not like this at all. Selenity. I will take some selenity right now, and boom, pop another.
You don't like sobriety?
Yeah,
Does he drink it or does he inject it?
drink.
Oh.
Downs it, it's like a shot.
And that one, then the veins start to like show a little bit more. Like I'm very like I look kind of so what's the word I'm after?
Vascular?
Thank you. Vascularity just pumps through, muscles look cut and moving with a faster grace than I was beforehand.
That's quite impressive. Do you mind if I look into those later?
Well, thank you. I do not recommend it. You're looking into them, sure. Do not take them. You will potentially die.
Curious.
They have a different effect on me and my family. Yeah, we'll go with that word.
That wasn't a very convincing family.
Well, I mean, the family is in they raised me, not as in genetically.
I think we need to sit down and have a chat about all of this. Maybe get to know each other a little better.
After we've murdered some fish people.
After the fish people, yes.
I'm not talking murder.
Well, it's
Well,
not exactly.
Well, it's consensual killing.
Well,
It's like it's
We're
not
all
murder if
consenting.
if we try and kill each other. It's not murder. It's just killing.
Okay.
So you guys buckle down and prepare for
Well,
the
okay.
night. You
Yeah.
guys are grinding. You
do you
guys
need me to roll anything for making my nettle bombs?
I'm assisting.
What would you roll?
I'm not sure. I mean, they don't have the craft skill anymore.
You would add your tinkering, so it would be proficiency bonus, plus you could do either dexterity or intelligence based maybe.
Yeah, that'd
I'll
be.
say intelligence base, and I'll do a DC of 13. I can't say. I don't think it's going to be hard.
And I'm giving you
With-
advantage with assistance.
Yeah, sure.
Sweet.
So proficiency plus intelligence, so it's a +6 to the roll.
Should be pretty easy to make.
That's a natural 1 and a natural 19.
Nice one.
Oh, there you go.
Whew.
You make one
25.
really bad one, and
Thank
then make
you.
a really
Don't,
good
don't
one.
make me do math.
25.
What is that one point you were going to add to? They're like, oh, no, don't do that. Yeah, nice. That's it.
So I have no bonuses on my thing, so it's just straight dice rolls, so I don't have to add anything up.
Clever, I like it.
So, where have you guys started to hold up? To
Yeah, just where do we
I'd say we'll stay away from the buildings,
Mm.
just so that we don't destroy them accidentally.
Is there any sort of high vantage point?
Yeah, I was going to be on a roof.
A tree or a roof or...
I say the highest vantage point is the town hall. They have kind of a bell situation
Yeah.
on top and a very long roof. The next best thing is like one of the orchid trees that are nearby, but they're pretty far from town. They're like-
Yeah.
What about the buildings? Like just the houses, the huts?
The houses are about, I would say, 20-ish feet lower than the bell tower. So they're still pretty high. They're like
10 feet, 20 feet? How tall would they be?
they would say, I'll say they're 12 feet-ish
Yeah.
high. Yeah.
And
But
this
the-
is just all kind of riverland, flat.
Yeah. And it's a downward slope, and the town hall is up.
So, and how far from the river's edge is the town hall?
I'd say about 45 feet.
Okay.
It's not a big town. It's a very small town. It's got 5 buildings.
Cool. Let's.
Do you boys want to boost a
Well,
How many of those bombs would you have say I made? 2, 3,
I'd say with the amount of lard you got, I'll say you could have made 8.
8.
I reckon.
And are we able
Parkour.
to, in the time that we've got remaining, able to either grind up enough flowers or with whatever we've got left over, make a... How big of a circle could we have made of this flower powder?
I'll say it depends how you sprinkle it. I would say probably only a 15 feet radius.
Alright, that's more than
There's
enough.
not that many flowers. And with the amount that you use for the bombs
That's fine.
as well.
It's more than
Cool.
enough.
There's
Alright.
8 of those as well. So if anybody
Can I
wants
take
to,
one?
Yeah, absolutely. Who else wants one?
Fine, I'll take two.
I'd rather hold my shield, to be honest.
I have no difficulty getting up
Two.
close and personal.
2, 2, 3.
Yeah.
How many? And did Tile want to as well?
Sure.
And these are flower bombs? Throw and pop, or do we
Yeah.
need to spark them?
No, that's right.
You need
Yeah.
to light them.
Should be able to throw them and just have that work.
Yeah, I'll just take one because I'll be up in their face anyway.
Yeah, so they're powder bombs. So it's just you throw up, they break, covered in powder.
Oil bombs.
Oil bombs.
So
Sticky.
yes. So pop, stick.
Then you have to light them somehow.
Only if you want them to catch on fire. The idea was just that it sticks to the skin and can't be washed off easily.
Okay, good idea. Okay.
Okay.
Because I'm a sadistic motherfucker.
So it's like, like glass canisters, like throw it and it just breaks and it sticks on them.
Yeah, essentially.
You know,
Like alchemist fiber without
am
the
I
actual
able
burning.
to get
That's it.
those 2 flower bomb things that he got and just dip like 3 arrows? So just get the tips of some of my arrows. Would that work at all?
I think that would work, but with less efficiency because then you get a lot less amount of the
Yeah.
nettle on it.
It's just like poison.
I feel like
Yeah.
nah, that'll drip off and rub in my satchel for. Nah, okay, I'm not gonna do it.
You know you're going to touch your eye at some point and rub your eye.
Yeah,
Just-
yeah, I'm just,
Yeah.
I'm just not gonna touch it. I'm not gonna touch it.
It's like
It would
if you
make
make
the
really
flower
hot chili.
bombs.
I would say it'd probably be more efficient if you infuse some kind of oil.
Oh, that's what he's done. He's infused the powder with oil.
Wasn't it solid lard?
So some of them were
Yeah.
oil, some of them were lard.
Okay, the oil would work better.
Okay, so if I dip them in oil,
Oil.
and I still have the bomb then. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
you still have it because it's just a bit.
Yeah, just
Just
tip
touch
it
it.
and dip it.
Yeah.
Because I'm not
Dip
entirely
it,
sure
dip
which is
it.
going to
Just
work better
dip
between
the
the oil
tip.
and the lard.
That's
So
what I
did it
tried
right.
to say.
Okay.
Dear God.
Dip,
Dip
potato
in the
chip, dip. Sorry.
Okay. Are you going to stand down by the circle or in the circle?
I figure it's probably going to be better for me to stand in the circle. That way, if I have to, I can pop out the amulet and seal it off.
Okay. I'm standing next to you then with a shield.
Okay.
I'm ready to
And
fucking fight.
here he's gone.
Yeah,
Hero.
I'm ready to
Ready.
fight. I'm doing some stretches.
I'm not. I'm scared. Someone's going to die here.
Oh no, we ain't.
Limbering up.
The player in me is definitely keen.
Minis.
Yes, we get to see our minis again. It's been so long.
Minis?
Let me see if I remember everyone. This is Tal.
Yeah.
No.
No.
No,
That's
Fenwick.
That's
That's
Fenwick.
Sorry, Fenwick. I meant Fenwick.
Mine's the one with the broken axe.
I fixed it. I fixed it.
Hero.
It's okay. I fixed it.
Uh-huh.
So I'll put everyone in front first so you guys can decide
Don't
where
drop
you
them off
guys
the table.
wanna be. It's fine. It moved. This is Alaric, right?
No, that's Tal.
that's Tal. You don't know your own players.
To be fair, it's been how long
Yeah.
since we've seen these
It's been a
minis?
while.
Oh,
That's
a
true.
while. Penance.
Yeah.
And once again, thank you so much to my good friend Tara for painting these up for us.
Yeah, beautiful
sure.
job.
Thank you,
Amazing
Tara.
job. Just chef's
They're
kisses. Just
gorgeous.
mwah,
They're
mwah.
beautiful.
Thank you
Just
so
good.
much.
Mwah.
That's all of us today.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll say the river is this side,
Mm-hmm.
and this is about the hut. So, are you guys on top of the hut? Where you guys decided to go?
I'll stand in front of it.
Where have we put the circle of stuff?
I imagine the circle's a little bit further back because you wanted to try and be diplomatic to start with.
Yeah.
Mm.
That'd be probably our fallback safe space.
Yeah.
And I'll sit in the middle of that.
I'm standing next to Fenwick.
So, if the hut was kind of like here,
That's a big old hut.
It'd-
There's a big ass hut.
yeah, it's a big old hut. Sorry, the town hall.
Oh,
The town hall
okay.
was here, and the river was kind of around here.
Mhm.
back towards the
Probably closer to the edge of the door of the town hall, you think?
yeah.
On top of the town hall, though? Or
No,
at
no,
the
no,
town?
in front of.
Yeah, like 10 feet in front
Yeah,
of
we're
the
in
town
front.
hall.
That's
Yeah.
that's where I put the
Circle.
The circle, yes.
Yeah, and we're all there.
So, circle is here.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on the roof lying down.
Mm-hmm.
It's and it's a 30-foot diameter.
15.
15 foot.
Yeah, and Fenwick is
So
going to be
6. No, 9.
sitting down and meditating.
Yeah, 9.
That
That's
right.
Yeah, I'm standing next to Fenwick.
Not right in
Yeah.
the front.
Hang on.
That's
No,
in front of the town hall.
The flowers.
Yeah,
the
that's
spread
our
on the
circle.
floor. Yeah.
Yeah,
A little bigger?
yeah, it'd be 9 squares.
No,
Because it's
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 15.
diameter.
it's 3,
Yeah, so 3 by 3. 9.
6.
6?
6 across.
6, yeah.
But like this,
6
right?
plus 6.
So it'll be
No, each
No,
one's
that's
fine.
30.
How are we not doing math? No.
Yeah, 15
Radius.
Yeah,
Ra-
so
no,
it's only
radius
50,
versus-
so it's not from the middle out, it's 15
Oh,
across.
it's
Yeah.
diameter.
So,
What
yeah.
about 50 feet
Yeah,
diameter?
so
Yeah.
it's 9
I'm so used
squares.
to everything.
Yeah.
being
3 by
radius.
3.
Okay,
Three
let's go back to the D&D.
Yeah, sorry.
let's
So
let's
I'm
no.
so
all right.
used to
nine
everything
squares.
being
9
radius.
squares.
I'm just gonna say this, all right? I'll be a little.
Let's go with that.
There we go.
Okay. Fenwick and I are in the middle of that.
Fenwick is sitting down, meditating, so that trying to focus his mind on the tattoo and not necessarily reach out and make a connection with Aiden, but seeing if he can tap into it in any way, just as an experiment while we kill time,
Okay.
with alarms set up along the waterfront.
Can you roll a d6, please?
Oh god.
That
Yeah, fish
D6?
tacos.
Yeah. The magical d6.
2.
2. I'll say that with the previous times you connected with him,
Mm-hmm.
you feel the cold chill and something on your shoulder,
Mm-hmm.
something heavy. But tonight you feel nothing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. It's probably a good thing.
So I'm on the roof of the hall.
Oh, at the front?
Yeah, at the front. I'll be lying down, and I'm gonna take out
You ready with your
my
sniper?
crossbow bow. No, I'm gonna prick my thumbs on the side. The blood runs across the string, and then crackling electricity goes across. And I'm just gonna keep my weapon. I'm gonna lie down on my back, hold it on my chest, and I'm just gonna wait there with my eyes closed, just resting until something happens.
Tom, where would you be?
I'll be up on the roof, but I'm going to be sitting on the edge of it. I'm just sitting down, looking out towards the river,
Let's do this.
while Penance is snoring next to me.
I'm not snoring.
So it'll be kind of like this then.
Yeah.
Guys, where would you be?
I'll just pick the front.
Come on. 2
Yeah.
points of damage.
Yeah.
We've already taken some damage, people.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
You have.
Yes.
Alright.
Kyle's going to do a nice cool trick where he
Alright.
Alright.
flips off backwards.
So, has anyone have the amulet out at all?
It's currently in my pocket dimension.
Okay.
But is it nighttime now?
It is about nighttime now. You guys wait until the sun kind of goes down a little, the sky is orange, and you notice that some of the boats on the river that have been kind of steadily moving along now has certain inconsistent waves that makes the boat moves in a strange way. You're like, oh, something might be down there, or pushing up against it. But then you look again, and there's nothing. And you keep doing this for maybe every 5 minutes until it gets a little too dark for you to actually make out if there's something down there.
Who can see in the dark here?
Me.
Yeah.
I'm going to take another
Okay.
D4 damage, and I'm
Okay.
going to take out my sword, my rapier, and as
There'll be
I
enough moon.
take it out, I'm going to prick my tail,
You're
and now
outside, so
crackling
it's
electricity is going to be down my
dark.
rapier. So crossbow, rapier, another D. Ooh, that's 4. Okay, that's okay. We're all good.
Penance is down.
Also, I just realized Alaric's not here, so we have only one healer. Please don't die, anybody.
You see
Why on the
Penance-
roof?
Penance is repeatedly cutting himself
Yeah.
on top of
You're
the
sitting there
roof.
like, okay, I hope nobody dies, and I'm like, ow, ow. Alright.
I think we need to talk about your habits.
Penance, what are you doing up there?
Really?
Talk about my habits after I save all of your lives.
This self-harming, mate. You really need to talk to someone about it.
Has Tom's become the dad of the group? He's just like checking on everybody.
It's my thing. Don't make me
Possibly.
feel bad about what I do. Okay, look at the electricity.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's pretty, mate, but really, come on.
You'll see. Trust.
The drugs and the self-harming, it's really destructive behaviour.
You're not my real dad.
I'm not anyone's dad. I don't know what's happening to me.
So everyone in front, so Gaz, you seem to hear some sounds, some boat hitting against a dock, things like that, but it seems to be pretty consistent, nothing really out of the ordinary. Whereas the rest of you, who have dark vision, seems to notice kind of frog-like creatures crawling out of the water. You guys can warn Brad if you want.
And so this point I go,
Sorry,
shit,
Gaz.
Gaz can't see. Gaz, there's fish people coming.
I'm assuming the alarm
Wait, you're sitting in front of
goes
us.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Online.
I'll say the alarm
what's
will go
called
off
first
in a
line
little bit. They
defense.
haven't called
I'm
all the
cool.
way out yet.
The tank.
How dark is it? Is it like full dark? Is there moon out? Is there starlight? Is it over?
I'll say there's a bit of moonlight out,
Alright,
but
so you can see.
I see it a little
yeah.
bit.
You see a little bit, but you can make it like some kind of glimmering,
AoE
shiny,
spells.
wet backs
Yeah,
of
you can see
creatures.
silhouettes
Yeah.
off in the distance, but yeah, I mean, it's you go outside tonight, you know,
Yeah.
it's really bright.
Yeah, but
It was so bright outside last night.
but Hazel will be able to tell you for sure
Almost.
that there's something there.
There was a full moon.
There's a couple in front of you. Don't worry, there's not that many. There's like, how many, 2, 4, 6, 8 in front of you. It's fine.
That's right, my axe is sharp. My wit is sharper.
Uh-oh.
No, there's a big boy too.
There's a shiny boy. So those of you who can see in the dark, you notice that they are kind of on all fours. The hind legs are much bigger and thicker than their forearms, and it seemed to be
Are they T-Rexes?
no, but it seemed to be kind of on all fours, and they're kind of jumping from step to step, and they look like frogs, and they have massive fangs, and they have
Frog vampires.
Were frogs.
and they have huge claws and 5 fingers.
Dear God, she was right. I owe that woman an apology.
I've got 5 fingers.
They seem to be kind of a half humanoid, half vampire frogs.
Gosh. Okay.
Right.
And behind them, you see kind of a water, kind of just waves of water spiraling and surrounding a humanoid figure. Some of you notice it as a kind of a water elemental.
Oh, damn.
I know who the boss is.
Hello, friends.
Um,
Are you gonna try and steal something?
no, nothing to steal. Maybe some hearts, maybe, I don't know.
Oh, no.
Hey,
Daisy's mine.
Tal is going to quietly flip off the roof and then start moving.
oh, good.
Oh, yes, that.
Yeah. From the sitting position, he just puts his hands down, pushes off, flips backwards, lands on the ground, and then I'm going to come around start moving around the side quietly,
Here, forward.
out to the side.
Oh, the side here.
Yeah, come out here. Yeah.
As I noticed that he's now no longer next to me. Oh wait, no, carry on, sorry.
No, that's all right.
Oh,
Do you want
sorry.
me to do a stealth check or anything?
Do you want to be stealthy?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yes, do something.
No, just be super loud. It's fine.
Yeah, sure.
Distract.
Well, actually,
19.
I think, yeah.
on,
I'll say nobody notices you.
on the note of distraction from the roof, I'm still lying down. I'm going to cast Thaumaturgy on myself to make my voice boom, and also make the ground tremor at where they are it can tremor for about a minute. So I've got that one starting. I'm going to be like, the townsfolk are no longer here. Would you like to discuss with us? Just in common.
As a tremors, do I have to make any kind of save?
No, it's a Thaumaturgy I can make.
Um,
You you cause harmless tremors in the ground for 1 minute. Like it's just a little.
I'll say most of the frog people kind of get distracted and they are confused on what to do, and they look up and they look at the water elemental, which seems unfazed, and he walks forward.
Any languages an elemental might speak.
You can try. I couldn't tell you.
Try Celestial. Hello, friend.
You get nothing.
I try Deep Speech. Hello, friend.
You get nothing, and he draws closer.
I'm assuming by this point the alarm spell's triggered, so my
Yeah.
eyes pop open.
Oh yes, wake up.
Yeah. So as soon as he
Right.
walked forward,
They're here.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I'm drawing my axe.
Yes.
Just whispers.
so the tremor is a minute. Is it?
Yeah, it'll just keep it's harmless.
Little folks who got
Thought it might be intimidating to hear my voice and get some tremors and everything.
So I imagine. Go.
Alright. Does the water elemental have any look of recognition or sentience or
It seems to look at Gaz for a little bit as it walks forward.
Wink.
Um,
I wink at it.
So it doesn't seem to be slowing down.
It doesn't seem to be slowing
is
down.
it
What-
responding to his wink?
What are the
Oh no, it doesn't seem to be responding to you.
What are the frog creatures doing?
What are they doing?
They are still trapped by the tremor.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
Wait, they're
confused
not
by the tremor.
Are they confused by it? Okay.
They're confused by
Cool,
it.
cool, cool.
Well, in that case, I'm going to cast a spell. I'm going to cast Magnify Gravity at 2nd level. in the middle of those frog things. It's 10-foot radius. It should catch at least 5 or 6 of them.
Okay. So like this.
So in the center of the group,
Yeah.
10-foot
Catch as
radius.
many as
Here.
possible.
Yeah. So it'll be free if you have it here.
Ooh, can you
No,
go to the right?
10-foot radius.
So it's
20
so
feet across.
20 feet across.
So it'll be
4.
that, right?
Catch 4 of them.
So
Yeah, catch 4.
Yeah,
the way I see it,
pop it to the left, you can
I
get.
should be able to get 6. So if I put it in the middle between those two at the back, no, to your right, in the middle there, yeah, 10 feet in each direction, I should be able to catch 6 of them.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yep.
It's big old.
Yeah.
So these 6 are now.
Yours too.
So they need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yep.
1, 2, do the D8 up the back, please.
Yeah, sure.
I
Yeah.
think it's a
I got a
D8.
bloody D8, I got a pretty D8, I got a
Bloody,
sparkly
that
D8.
works.
11.
Is that for all of them?
I'll say that's for all of them.
Ooh.
Oh, oh!
Ooh.
They all take. The speed is. No, hang on. Each creature in the sphere. On a failed save, they take the 21 points of force damage, and speed is halved until the next turn.
Jesus.
21 points.
21 points, 6, 7, and 8 on 3d8.
And the speed is halved until end of the next turn.
On all 6 of them.
Pancake.
Frog stew coming up.
I warned him.
And I'll say, those that are standing really close to Hazel would notice that there is a very faint purple glow coming from his forearm as the spell is cast.
Okay.
Should we be worried about that?
Maybe later.
Okay. Grab my shield and my mace.
If the second I saw, would we see that happening or notice anything? Or
I
would
think
it
you
just,
noticed the frogs kind of were kind of upright and kind of trying to work against the tremor. Now kind of like squeezing on the ground and they can't get out. They're like
So I imagine there would be like a visible dome around them of darker energy swirling around, and as it and it drops them down and they all sort of buckle at the knees.
the second the water elemental gets within, well, it's already, yeah, what,
Yeah.
right now I'd be hitting the water elemental with blood curse and binding.
Well, I guess we're not going to talk it out then.
I heard no talking and I saw magic, so I was like,
We tried.
if we're holding shit in place, I'ma hold some shit in
I
place.
guess you got to roll for initiative then.
I thought this was shoot for initiative.
Yeah, I want to shoot something.
We will next episode, I'm sure. We'll see what happens next week.
Ooh.
When
Juicy.
we come back,
Oh, so
Yeah.
don't roll for initiative?
we will roll for initiative next week.
Okay, good.
Oh,
So
okay.
bad.
No, you didn't. You didn't roll.
No, I didn't roll.
Yes, you do. That is not the role you're looking for.
We'll come back next Sunday when we finish this fight. Let's see what happens. Water elemental, a bunch of now very damaged frogs, people, vampires, and a town to
Cool.
save. Well, the town's gone, but the buildings.
We need to save Penance's house.
Penance's house needs to be saved.
Do it for Penance.
I'm getting in the market.
Hashtag do it for Penance.
Hashtag waterfront property.
Hashtag for the crib.
Come back next Sunday at 6 p.m. on Twitch. Thank you for joining us, and see you next time.